Hi, welcome to Wikitiki and Cash and Front. So this is Venkat here. Like today, I'm going to talk about a very great topic that is ASP.NET. So a web application framework with the .NET, that is your ASP.NET. So before going ahead with my video, like I want to share you like whether the .NET technology is good or not. So you are able to say, is .NET good in 2022? It's the most loved web application, so still in demand. Yes, overgrowing in every industrial sector is inclined. So .NET good in for future. Yes, it's really bright, and .NET makes you versatile, talented, and more. You got a lot of information for .NET, and it's supporting like you got package of average of 14 to 12 lakhs per year. The compensation scale is increasing. So that's really awesome. It's very much in demand. So looks like .NET is awesome. So it's time for me to enter into the area that is what is ASP.NET. So if we talk about ASP.NET, so ASP.NET is a powerful .NET framework for creating a web application, and it is a server-side programming language, and it is used to create websites, and also you are able to create a lot of web applications, and finally you are able to create web services. So websites in the sense like I can host a website. Your website is nothing but your web pages, a group of web pages which will give some information to you. That is your website, and your web pages which is used for processing your data. I want like a college management system, a leave management system, that is your web applications. Sir, I want to like access some other thing, some other functionality from other websites, or I want to expose this functionality to others, so which can be achieved with the web services. So ASP.NET is used to create such kind of applications. If we talk about the arrays of ASP.NET, how come ASP.NET comes, man? So it came from the ASP active server page. So .ASP is like a previous version of ASP.NET. So along with ASP, your .NET framework merged. Now you got the technology called ASP.NET, and the extension is star.aspx files. ASP becomes ASPX files. That is how your ASP.NET comes. Okay, so if you talk about ASP.NET openings, how is the market, sir? You can see there is an opportunity come to our company Kashiv Infotech before 4 days for .NET developers, and it's ASP.NET developers. So one of my candidate got placed like before 7 days. So hi Kashiv, congratulations for your first selection with us. So you can see the candidate got placed yesterday. So she joined yesterday, and they are looking for more resources from us. And you can see openings for .NET before 10 days. Looks like ASP.NET and .NET technology is awesome, people. Just go and start learning it. The opportunities are there. So if we talk about the software application types, so what are the application types are there, sir, in software? So as a software engineer, what I need to do? So you will be creating this kind of applications, either a Windows application, or it can be a web applications, or it can be a console applications, or it can be a mobile applications. So these are the areas software engineer will create applications. We talk about Windows application. The Windows application is also called as a desktop application. In this desktop applications, we are able to create a project like a building system, a hotel building system, such kind of projects we can build. And you need to deploy this project in every computers to get an access. That is called as a Windows application. An application which is inherent to the Windows operating system, that is called Windows application. Whereas the web application is very different. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, these are all your web applications, the websites. So like all the applications which is created with like via the web, I can host it in one place and can be accessed from anywhere. That is called as web applications. So web applications, it can be done with the .NET using ASP.NET. That's one we are going to discuss now. Okay, on the other end, sir, I want a command prompt window to transfer the files from my Windows operating system to a Linux operating system, sir. In the case, such kind of command line application, that is called console application. And finally, you got your mobile application, WhatsApp and Instagram. So like you know everything. So this is how we classified the entire video into part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. You got practical implementation 2 and 3 and 4. Let's move on. Okay, here is my live articles. I've written a live article on ASP.NET. I'm going to show you like what is my live articles. You can go to this particular link, kashivinfotech.com/.NET-training-in Chennai. I'll put this link in the description, the first comment. So for .NET, you must learn all these stuffs, people. Okay, just go to the link, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. you are able to see here. Over here you got a lot of links here, people. So these are the links you must see it. Like you got all the tutorials and everything. In the bottom you got a ASP.NET. So I'll just click that link and you are able to get a lot of things here. So here is the one I want to show you. Programming tutorial link. You got like I'll click this one. You can see the all basics of programming tutorial, inheritance, polymorphism, method overloading, encapsulation, all kind of things are there. You got the interview questions and ASP.NET tutorial. Once if I click this ASP.NET tutorial, over here I can see the basics of in and out of entire ASP.NET, which I didn't cover in this video. You can see here what is .NET framework, ASP.NET architecture, key characters of ASP.NET, ASP.NET lifecycle, and over here scrolling down advantage of ASP.NET, different validators, clients, what is client side validation, what is server side validation, everything is here. And you can see lots of articles over here. I'll click one article to show you how we have practically implemented the parts. So on clicking this one, you can see it here. You are able to see I've done all the live implementation here itself. So you can see it here, the example codes and everything, the details, line by line code explanation, everything I've given here. This is how I've written the article. So this link I've put in the link description and also in the comments. You can check it out. As I told you, like a .NET is becoming real powerful technology in application development, and in ASP.NET becomes a wide application framework in creating web application. So along with ASP.NET, you got the design pattern MVC, which generates all the web pages and becomes really famous now. So ASP along with ASP.NET, like MVC becomes an ASP.NET MVC. So now it's one of the promising web application frameworks in creating websites. So that's why that's how your .NET works. And welcome to Kashiv Infotech company. So like our company Kashiv Infotech, we are providing internship and courses to the students via online and offline and guiding the students. And if you're looking for any kind of trainings, please contact us. We are ready to help you. You may ask me a question, what is internships? Internship in the sense like if you're searching for a job and if you didn't get a job or something like that, just like come to our company. We'll provide training to you, gain experience, do some projects, gain some real-time experience. Via that you can go for a job. So this is a kind of a shortcut to enter into the job opportunities. Anyway, like if you need any guidance, you can contact me anytime, people. So here is my contact numbers and it's my WhatsApp number. And if you didn't get any response via the email, I'll be responding you regularly, people. On the other hand, like I'll be sitting in my Chennai office in Tamil Nadu in India. So from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. you can reach me at any time. Here's my Insta account. So click this follow button. You can contact me at any time. I'm ready to guide you. Okay, so I want to congratulate all my students who got placed via our company. So I wish you all the very best, people. And to the companies and to the recruiters, if you are looking into this particular video, I request you people to please share your job description to us. We are ready to give the best candidates to you for free of cost. On the other end, like to my students and to my subscribers, so if you are into non-IT or career break or anything, people, just contact us, treat me as your brother. I'm ready to help you, people. Okay, and it's my you got a lot of related videos in my channel. Just check it out for any kind of references. Okay, so let's move on to our .NET thing. Yes, applications. As I told you, the software application types. The first one which I told you is Windows application or a desktop application, a kind of an application so which is inherent to the operating system. You need to install in each computer to execute. It's kind of a desktop application. On the other hand, you got a web application, that is your ASP.NET. So ASP.NET in the sense it is creating a websites or something like that can be achieved with the ASP.NET. So it came with the 1.0 version in 2000, 2.0 in 2005, From there, like you got your 2006, you got a 3.0. From there, you got your ASP.NET 4.0 in 2010. And finally, now it's in ASP.NET 5.0 in 2015. So this is how the technological versions of ASP.NET. And now from ASP.NET, we are migrating into another world called ASP.NET Core. So my ASP.NET is inherent to Windows operating system, and it is created with the .NET framework. Only with the .NET framework. So your network enabled technology with the .NET framework. Whereas ASP.NET Core, it is created with the core technology. So you got .NET framework and cross-platform .NET. You're compatible with Windows, Linux, iOS, or any operating system. That is why like ASP.NET Core becomes real famous, people. So it is one of the fantastic technology. It's promising now in the markets. Okay. So like you may ask me a question, what is the reason like for ASP.NET Core? Because it got a lot of cross-device compatibility options and also like a cross-platform compatibility. And here is my social networks. We got our Telegram channel. You can join us. We got our Insta account, and you can reach me via my Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere, people. So if you need any details, you can contact me via my social networks. Okay. Many people used to ask me a question, sir, I want to become a software engineer, sir. How I can achieve it? So here is the one. So if you want to become a software engineer, so here is the option. Just go for internships or courses. You can become a dream software engineer, people. So here is the guidance I want to give it to you. So learn some evergreen technology. Learn some ECS technology. Learn some coding technology. Learn some database technology. If you are a specialist in all four, you are a complete software engineer with huge salary, high profile, a huge salary. Okay, so if we talk about the evergreen technology, so web designing, creating websites becomes an evergreen technology. Learn testing or networking, that is the easiest technology. Learn the coding technology like .NET or Java or Python. And finally, database technology to store the data. So if you learn all these four or anyone very strong, you can become a superb expert. The salary is 20,000 to 1.5 lakh per month, and any degree, any department, people can learn it. Okay, so yes, let's move on here. So C# ASP.NET Web Application, what are the types of this? The first one is ASP.NET Web Forms, creating web forms. So like I want a login page, a new user page, a sign-in page, or an inbox page. So creating a web forms using the UI events. Clicking the button, to the button I want to fire an event, to log in, to sign in, to enter. Okay, so that is your ASP.NET Web Forms. From there you got your ASP.NET MVC, creating your ASP.NET with a pattern, and that pattern is called a Model View Controller pattern. Okay, that is your ASP.NET MVC, Model View Controller. Okay, that is another framework created, an easiest way of creating your web pages. I don't want to create your user interface, automatically creating your user interface based on the coding. A fantastic framework, that is an ASP.NET MVC. From there you got your ASP.NET Web Pages, creating your HTML pages, your coding pages, and connecting to the database. That is your ASP.NET Web Pages. That is another way of creating your ASP.NET applications. On the other hand, we got multiple advanced things which I'm going to discuss now. The other one is your ASP.NET Web API, Application Program Interface. So it is nothing but creating a service, creating a functionality, and give it to everyone via internet. That is your ASP.NET Web API. So I want the cricket score, sir. I want the dollar conversion rate, sir. I want to know the temperature, sir. So someone will create the temperatures of functionality and expose it in the internet and will be accessing it. That is called web services, and it is like the technological term is web API. And the next advanced thing is like ASP.NET Web Hooks. Sir, I want to put a lot of automated events, sir. Creating an automated event application. If this guy enters, do this process. So an automated events. So in that case, you got ASP.NET Webhooks is the latest one comes, and from there you got a Signal R. So this is a kind of a bi-directional communication client and server framework. Okay, so like a kind of like an automated chat box, a chat box. So such kind of things can be automated using Signal R. So these are all the major web application trends which can be created with ASP.NET. From there, you got your third way of creating application, that's a console application. As I told you, console applications are command line interface applications. From there, you got your mobile application comes in the picture. You are able to create apps, mobile apps using your .NET frameworks. Okay, so the major thing which everyone is focusing is like, sir, I want a cross device compatible application. So ASP.NET is really damn good in creating like a cross device compatible framework using Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is a powerful framework technology, a JavaScript framework which makes your website which is good in mobile, which is damn good in iPad, good in desktop computers and in laptops. Same website is good in any kind of devices. That is called as a cross device compatible application creation. Let's move on like how your website works. Sir, I got my Gmail client, sir. They call it as web client. And this can be created with the HTML files, your CSS files and your JavaScript files. HTML creating the structure, putting designs, colors using CSS, and you got validation using JavaScript. From there, you got the request moves on to the Gmail server. Over here, you got your ASPX. ASPX files are there. You may ask me, ASPX is not, it's a server side, sir? No. ASPX is an integrated format of HTML, CSS, everything is integrated here, but the server side, the client side coding will come here, the server side coding will be moving, like I will be here accessing your database. So over here, you got the communication like this. The request will go here, from here, it will return back here. That is how your ASP.NET application works. Now you may ask me a question, what is this client file, sir? As I told you, you got your HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So the structure of web pages, here is the standard HTML, you got a head and a body tag and you are able to see it here. So HTML will provide you the structure of a web page. Sir, I want to give some colors, sir. So if you want to give some colors or something like that, you got your CSS and I want to strengthen it, sir. Validations and everything superb. That can be achieved with the JavaScript. So you got your JavaScript here. From there, you need a powerful designing, sir. So for designing your you need your CSS, your cascade style sheet concepts. Okay, your structure, strengthen it, and giving a colorful interfaces. That is how your HTML, JavaScript, and CSS will be. Okay, so this is called as a client files. Okay, now you got an idea about the client files now. So further, like I'm going to show you the practical live implementation of how this client file works. So here is the one, as I told you, you got a HTML here, you got a JavaScript, you got a CSS over here. Okay, over here, as I told you, you got your HTML, which headings, paragraphs, lists, buttons, everything are coming under the structure. So I want the head, the footer, the legs and hands and everything I want, sir. That is your HTML. You got dynamic display, widgets, user validations, pop-up messages, that is your JavaScript. Font, colors, background colors, borders, your coloring information, that is your CSS. This is how your client file works. Let's move on to the live implementation of your client files. Okay, this is your Visual Studio like a project. This is a Visual Studio ASP.NET project. I've created a project for a jewelry website. So a page, a ASPX file will be having a ASPX file and the ASPX.cs file. Over here you are able to see this ASPX file is a client-side file where you got the entire HTML. So the HTML part, you can see it here, the .NET will be having a kind of a split window, a design window and a coding window here. A source here, a design here, and both the things you can see it using the split. Over here, as I told you, the ASPX, it will be available in the server once a client is asking a file, a page index.aspx, automatically this ASPX will get loaded with this HTML. And here is the supporting files. You got a cascade style sheet, that is your CSS files, and you got your supporting files, your JavaScript, and whatever images, everything is loaded here. So these are all considered as a client file. Your HTML file, your CS files and your JavaScript files, these are all considered as the client files, whereas this CS file is nothing but your server side file. Okay, so let's move on to the next level of area, how the client and the server connects. So obviously using the events, the client will have the events like a button, the button click, you will get that events. So your get method, your post method, or put method, or delete method, or a select method, something will happen. The request will be going here to the server and it will be responded back here. And this is where the communication is happening. So this can be achieved with the events. So over here the written files can be a JSON, HTML files, or something like that. Okay, a text file or something like that, a CSS file, a JavaScript file, or something like that. So let's move on to the practical implementation of how this client and the server works. So as I told you, we want a client and a server. Okay, a client and a server. Over here, as I told you, like you got your client over here, and this place we got your ASPX files. You got your ASPX files. Okay, and the communication is moving on here. So I'm searching, so I'm putting my login.aspx. Automatically it will reach the server and you will be getting the written files over here. The written file from this ASPX, the HTML is separated, the JavaScript is separated, the CSS files are separated, and this will be returning back. This will be returning back here. Okay, this is how your client and the server works. So let's move on to the live implementation of your client and the server, how it works. Okay, so here is your Visual Studio application. So over here I'm trying to click this index.aspx file. So these are all called the ASP.NET extension files. Over here you can see the design and the source files are here. Okay, you got the design and source. So your web page is nothing but a HTML file. Okay, you got the head tag and the body tag. You can see the head tag and the body tag here. Okay, so over here you got the logo and everything over here. You got the design page and designs. I couldn't see any designs. The reason is like the design is like it's a normal design, a normal HTML. On applying the CSS, you got the actual design. Okay, I'm going to apply it now. You can see it here. I'm trying to build it. I'm going to run it here. So design, you got your ASPX, which got the HTML, CSS, you got your JavaScript, everything. Now I'm trying to run the project here. You can see the design over here. Okay, so I got my home page, right? Home page, I'm going to click it. You can see the design over here. Yes, that's really awesome. The design is awesome here. You can see the design here. While you scrap designing, while doing your coding part, the designing is not an effective way it is displayed as it is. You can see it here. The same format of design is displayed while running in a different format because of this kind of CSS files. You got the JavaScript files over here. Okay, so like these are some of the files, and you got the images over here. So everything I place it in the folder and I'm trying to access it to give an interactive user interface. Okay, so you can see it here. You got the index and the index.aspx.cs file. You got the client file, and that is called a server file. So this is how your ASP.NET works. As I told you, you got the extension of the files as ASPX, that is the extension. And the ASPX will be subdivided into two major things. One is a client file and the server file. The client file will be having the HTML and it is integrated with your CS and everything. So once if someone is calling the ASPX, the client file will go there. The client file will go there to the client so that it will be displayed. Your HTML, everything is displayed, and this is your HTML. So you are able to see it here. This is how your client and the server files are. Over here, the final part we are reaching. So the live implementation of how the server code and the database works. So here's the one we are going to discuss. The server side code and the database works. So here is the final part I'm going to discuss here. So as I told you, you got the server beyond the internet. So that is called as the server files. So over here, you got your server. You got this server here. The code written in the server files to connect to which database and which table to store. So that is called as server files. Okay, automatically the request will go here and the response will go here. So this code will tell you like which database, which server I need to connect to fetch the data. Okay, this is how the server works. Let's move on to the live implementation parts. As I told you, like over here, you are able to see, I got a login page here. The The login page will be running. I'm going to run this login page now. Okay, I'm going to run this login page. Once if I try to run my login page, you are able to see my login page here. On giving the username and password, I'm able to log in. It will check in the database whether that particular person is available or not. So whether the username password matches here. If it is matches here, automatically you are able to access the content. So I got the username and the password. Once if I try to log in, yes, I'm trying to log in into the system. So like over here, we got the server coding over here. So this is a piece of code which will try to connect to the database over here. So it will try to connect to the database and it will check whether the login is valid or not. Okay, I got some issue with button view, not even view customer.aspx. So there is a issue with the page. So let me check it out. View customer. I got a button. Looks like there is an issue with the button. So I got button view click, and that is some code. Button view click is there. So I'll remove this code for time being because I don't want this one now. Okay, let's run this one. Yeah, I got an error here. Like let's run it. Okay, I got my login page here. So where is my login page? This is the login page, and this is called as a server-side coding. This one will connect to the database over here. This is a server. The server is here. And what is the database? This is the database I'm trying to connect. And what is a table? So here is the like a query to access the table. So like if the customer is good, login success will happen. So I got my login over here. I'm trying to connect it. So yes, it's login successful. So I enter into the other page, the view customer page. So this is how your server client and the server will get connected. So here is the the live ASP.NET interview questions. I'm going to give it as an extra bonus to you people. Okay, over here, you just go to this link. So kashuinfotech.com/.net-training-in Chennai. Just scroll down. You are able to see the contents which you need to read, and apart from that, just scroll down here. You are able to see here there are a lot of links available. Over here you can see the ASP.NET interview questions over there. Okay, so I'm going to click that one. I'll show you how it works. Okay, so as I told you, over here, we got lots and lots of questions over here itself. So different types of components and lot of questions over here. On the other hand, I got a link over here. On clicking this link, you are able to move into the interview questions. It covers all the C# interview questions, and also you got a lot of ASP.NET interview questions also. Just scroll down, learn as much as you can. If you got any doubts or if you got any questions, just you can post it in the comments. I'm ready to help you people. So hope you learned a lot of things today, people. Thanks for joining today. So our company KashuInfotech, we are providing internships and courses at our company. You can reach me at any time for any kind of help. I request you people to share this particular video to your friends and everyone. Let's spread some good information and let's share some good info to everyone in this world. Okay, and this is it's time for me to say goodbye to you. Thank you. This is Venkat signing off from Wiki Techie and KashuInfotech. Thank you.